Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They tried to give this home crowd something to cheer about early, but it failed. I don't know. Maybe you try that on the road to get some momentum. What about here at home?
Would agree with you totally on that. I think at home, you don't ever want to put your fans in a position where they're questioning what you're doing. And right now, they have to be in the stands saying, why would we even do that? We're already behind you. You don't need us anymore. And this one, boy, an unsuccessful attempt. That could really change the momentum of this game in a hurry.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
At their 48-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Brees. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Brees leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Shotgun now for Brees. That'll be complete to Cook. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
4th down.
Brees to throw for it on 4th. And he finds Cook. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down, New Orleans.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Seahawks have recovered. And they're going to hold serve. The defense stops them. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now. But I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here. anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. A run by Dallas to start the drive. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
Taken down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Tempo. You ready? Got you, boy. I got you, boy. Run left. 47. Check.
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly to fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Now Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. He'll determine that on the sideline. The bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Gain on the play. Leads to...
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Jamal Adams there on the tackle.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the second quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points. I'm just relying on my defense here. Show them you have a little confidence in them. And let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then. But for now, we'll take the 3.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers to...
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive off.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. So after the INT, it's Breeze. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 27 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Airing it out for Olsen. He's got a man complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 69 yards.
2-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll look to run with Dallas. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
2nd and goal.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Carlos Hyde in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
It'll be Carson. They run for it. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime.
17. Seahawks 8. Jason Myers.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Hill going to keep it on the option. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 33-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Where have we seen this before?
Oh, that's
from
ambush.
Sean Payton?
That's ambush. We've seen that. What was it, Super Bowl 44?
44.
Right? New Orleans against the Indianapolis Colts. Right after the half, they get it done. I'm so sorry to jump in. I just violated partner and booth etiquette 101.
That's all right. If you come in with an ambush and you come in strong like that, I feel like it's justified.
My apologies, but boy, what a play.
Brings up second.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to keep it here. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny, and they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle, a 2nd and 10 now. To throw again, Wilson. And this is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 3rd down, Wilson. That's going to be caught, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson on target to DK Metcalf. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game.
Trying to make a comeback often appears daunting, but the only way to get there, start small, score, and worry about getting the next one after that.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful.
16.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, or probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
41-yard line.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says let's take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Ready, 5-9. Trickie's the mark. Trickie's the mark.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On the ground, Kamara. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Carlos Dunlap, the one who got in there to make the stop behind the line. 13 yards remaining on second down. Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 2nd and 13. Breeze eluding the pressure right. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Saints on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Option play, and Hill will keep it. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And that is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 42. He gives it off to Carson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Wilson now on 3rd down. That's complete. Hits Carson out of the backfield. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And no, it's incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A 10th carry for Kamara. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. First down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
On the play. First down, Saints.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They go with Murray again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
But it brings up 4th down.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Now Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 57 to mark. 57 to mark. Let's go,
Drew Brees with a kneel down, and that ought to do it.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out. by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. And his kick is good. And they add on and get a little bit of a cushion. It's 20-16 now.
16.
Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew it.
They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.
They say fall and you let go. Look inside my head, do it that